Hey up and welcome to Callum's Corner. It is a beautiful day and I have a new lease of life. The kind of new lease on life that could only be provided by sexual gratification. And that's right, I had boom boom last night. I want to tell you all about it. I'm literally just leaving our house now, but I'm about to walk past a school and I don't feel it's appropriate for me to talk about this kind of stuff out loud. So let's wait till I get home and I will fill you in. Oh my God, just when I thought this morning couldn't get any better, there has been drama, right? So, walking up to the Steiner school, and you guys know how I feel about the Steiner school. It's a bag of arse, it's a waste of time. Anyway, they're all queuing outside, all the pupils and their parents and stuff, all the hippies, and they are singing these weird alternative Christmas songs. I mean, that gets my hipples up at the best of times. You know, Santa is not misogynist. He's just Santa. I swear to God, in a couple of years, the story of Christmas will be rewritten. Santa won't be living in the North Pole. He'll be having transition surgery somewhere and he'll be gender bloody fluid. Just let him be Santa. Anyway, I leave the annoying singing parents, right? And I go around the corner into this tiny little road. It gets blocked all the time. And all the Steiner school parents are there in their vans. They've all got weird camper vans that they've converted from work vehicles. Little chimneys popping smoke out into the road, right? Totally gridlocked. At the head of it is one woman who is trying to get through. She's a massive woman in a tiny little Ford Fiesta, right? As I got closer to her, I could see she was wearing an Iceland outfit. She was obviously on her way to work, right? And it was just such a sight. She had her meaty hand just laying on the horn. Beep, beep, beep. Her face was like the size of the moon, but her mouth was like a tiny, angry little polo, just she was fuming, right? And all the Steiner school parents did not know what to do. They could not handle it. It was absolutely brilliant. They were all getting proper triggered. They were getting angry, but they were trying to pretend they're not because they're hippies and they don't get angry. I absolutely loved it, seeing them, you know, the group of people who I have quite a lot of distaste for, getting triggered and not being able to deal with it. And it wasn't me for once. It's nice not to be triggered. I think today could possibly be the best day of my life. I may have said that already, but it's just getting better and better. Oh, we're finally getting close to home now, so I can tell you all the details. I tell you what though, I feel like a different man this morning, transformed, like I've come out of a movie or a book or something. That is the power of a female. Honest to God, like I'm walking down roads that I've walked down a million times before and they look different. Like I smiled at a stranger a minute ago. That is unheard of for me. Honest to God, I feel like I'm in a love story. I smelt her on me a minute ago and I liked it. Christ, I'm never going to wash my fingers again. Alright, I am finally home and I can give you the lowdown. Just check my mother's not skulking around, earwigging and stuff. She's a very nosy woman. Right, yesterday. Wow, what a day. So, Gav had the day off yesterday and I went over to his place for some FIFA. Smashed his back doors in, had a great day, right? Ordered burgers and stuff. Came home, right, and I was on top of the world anyway. I had the FIFA crown, my hunger had been sated with good quality burgers and stuff. I was flying high, right? Got off the bus a bit early because I wanted to pop into the co-op on the way home, right? Walking past this pub, and my ex-girlfriend walks out. She'd been on a work... I don't know whether you remember her, actually. It was about a year and a half ago we were together. She was lovely. Really lovely lady. We got on really well. She was a single mum. Unfortunately, she didn't want any more children, and we ended up breaking up. You know, I was cut up about it at the time. Anyway, she literally walked out at the same time I'm walking past. We get chatting. Go back into the pub, right? And I do not know what it is, whether it's the Christmas atmosphere, whether she's just missed me, or she could be actually. My child, luckily, was wearing my North Face t-shirt, so it could have been my designer gear. Had got her kind of warmed up and stuff, but she was all over me. All right, ended up going back to her place because she didn't have her kid last night because it had been her works due, and it was just incredible. I cannot tell you the release from me. I mean, you guys know it's been over half a year since I've had boom boom. You know, I've been doing this whole no fat thing as well, so you can imagine it was like. It just like opening a dam. I mean, probably it was good for her that we, you know, used a prophylactic device. I mean, you always should anyway for safe sex, but for her safety. Otherwise, the moment I boomed, God, you know those balloons you get at birthdays that you blow up, big sausage ones that you then release and they go, and they fly around the room. It would have been like that. She would have been projected around the room, except it wouldn't have been air coming out. It would have been my man milk, I guess, just spraying everywhere. Actually, that's probably a bit graphic, but I cannot overemphasise what a release it was. Actually, I was shocked when I disposed of the prophylactic device. It was like a melted ice pop or something. Could have stuck it in the freezer and fed it to Tana Mojo as like a special treat. Yeah, okay, I'm going off on a tangent now anyway. But the important thing is I finally had boom boom. And then twice again. Literally, I am knackered. I barely slept last night. I need to go and have a shower after last night, although I barely want to. I want to keep the scent of the woman on me. But I think, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Actually, I've decided my shower can wait for a couple of minutes. I'm going to have some food first, or I don't know what to eat at the moment. I'll think about that in a minute. Although I just wanted to speak to you because Jose Mourinho was sacked yesterday. And I know we've drifted away from talking about football. I haven't been doing my football corner and stuff like I was going to each week. But I'm going to get back to that over the next few weeks, I think, especially over the new year. I want to do some like signings of the season, this team of the season so far, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's incredible. I made a vlog the other day, actually. I didn't upload it, but I made one when I watched the Liverpool United game. I was talking a lot about Mourinho in it. And it was just inevitable, really. I don't know who's to blame. Well, there's a lot of people to blame. Obviously, himself, the players, and is it Woodward, the bloody chairman. They just lost momentum after last year. They didn't have a bad season, really, but then they stopped. They didn't buy who Mourinho wanted. And as soon as you do that, you've got like a dead man walking. There's no momentum. You're not building forwards anymore. And for Mourinho especially, that's very dangerous because when he hasn't got what he wants, he becomes incredibly negative. He's implosive. So, yeah, it's very, very interesting. The club, for me, is a bit of a mess. I mean, who was telling Mourinho that he can't buy these players that he wanted? Who's qualified there to make those decisions? You know, Woodward, he's not a football bloke, is he? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Solskjaer already has been, he's got the job as a caretaker to the end of the season, which is interesting. I would have liked to have seen Cantona a little bit more exciting, but I guess at least Solskjaer's an actual manager. But it will be interesting to see who comes in. Pochettino, obviously, is the favourite. He'd be great, but will he leave Tottenham? I guess is the big question everyone's going to be asking. I think he would for Man United, and if he doesn't, he'll go off to Real Madrid. That's Man United's biggest danger, is that Real are looking for a manager as well. So very, very interesting. But yeah, goodbye to Jose, and I think that's probably going to be it for him for a while, isn't it, in the Premiership? I can't see him getting another job here. He'll be off to Italy, I think. So that could be goodbye for good until we see him back here in kind of managing an international team or something. Yeah, a little bit sad, but that's that really, and good for Man United overall, I think. I'm going to decide what to have for breakfast, and I'll be back with you soon. Hey up, I am back for probably the last update of the vlog. I'm absolutely knackered, physically and emotionally exhausted after my exertions last night, so I'm going to go and have a kip, I think. I was just sitting here at my computer. I was going to send some flowers to the lady of the moment. We didn't get a chance to talk this morning. She had to go off to work very early. So I thought, you know what, be smooth. Just send her some flowers. I've been waiting for her when she gets home and stuff. But I've just had a look online. It's like 30 quid to send flowers. I'll send her a bloody text. Jesus Christ. I mean, it's the thought that counts, isn't it? I mean, I don't know what is going to happen there. Obviously, we were previously together and stuff, but we didn't get a chance to talk this morning. So I guess we'll see. However, I do feel good still. I've had a shower. I had to have a shower. I went off and had a breakfast. If you're wondering what the breakfast of champions is on the daylight today, I had 4 fat Richmond sausages, oven baked, so the skins were all crispy and lovely. Cut them in half, popped them in a couple of slices of bread, loads of ketchup, just stood there in the kitchen, stuffing it into my face, alpha male caveman style, juices and ketchup running down me. It was magnificent. I felt like I'd earned it. I was really living in like a moment of sensory overload almost, although my mum spoilt it by rabbling on about ketchup dripping everywhere. I had to go and have a shower after that, and obviously I washed the scent of her off of me, which was a sad moment. Women are lovely. They just smell nice. They're soft and they smell nice. It's not like, you know, they're just, women are better. They're just good. Anyway, so yeah, I washed her off, but it didn't wash away the way I'm feeling. I still feel so much more clear-minded than I did a couple of days ago. The physical release is tremendous. It's taken me by surprise. I'd always thought like the biggest thing, like if you're stressed, if you need, you know, you need like a reset button, a big poo is the best thing that can happen to you. But that last night was better than any poo I've had. In fact, take the best poo you've ever had and, you know, multiply it by 1,000. You're not even close to last night. The kind of release of pent-up pressure that came out to me. It's incredible. It's incredible. But it has given me, like I say, a clarity. The whole porn thing, obviously, was a nightmare for me. What I thought was that I was never going to get Boom Boom again and people would just make it even harder for me. But now I've had Boom Boom. It's all slipped away. I definitely shouldn't have uploaded the video of other YouTubers being porn stars, I guess. In my mind, I thought if you can't beat them, join them. But it wasn't them uploading my video. So actually, really, I was just lowering myself down to the level of the masturbating meme monkeys. And that's not me. And I can see, you know, I've been involved in these annoyed petty squabbles for the last couple of months when I should have been marching forward. I should have moved out of this house, should have got my own place. I should have done my nonce on that, I should have done my meme reviews, and most of all, I should have done my penis club, because that is potentially life-changing. So, you know, that's, you know, it's in here now. I'm back in the saddle, I guess. I'll get my nonce on that done over the next couple of days. We'll enjoy Christmas. We'll do some confectionery videos. I'll take you on my Christmas food shop soon. And then we get back into it. Penis club, all the important things will happen. Yeah. I'm excited. Who knows what the future holds, but I feel relaxed, and I'm going to run with that feeling for now. I'll edit this together and upload it, and I'm going to go and have some kip. Maybe we'll do a little live stream later tonight or something. I don't know. Let me know if that's what you'd like.